Greetings, everybody. This is the Starving Martian, host of Martian Peace Theater, and today I thought we'd take a look at Mars Attacks, the trading cards. Not the original 1962 set, but the ones that came from 1996's Mars Attacks movie, directed by Tim Burton. There's a lot of Mars Attacks trading card sets out on the market today. They seem to be releasing one every other year, but that wasn't always the case. So back when these cards were released, they were one of the few card sets available. You had your original ones. You had a couple newer cards based off of the comic book series at the time, the Topps Comics. But these were something brand new. This is, as I said, based off the Tim Burton movie, and I think they did a pretty good job. Your enjoyment of Mars Attacks trading cards from the movie will largely depend on whether or not you liked the movie. It follows the plot of the movie, and so if you're not a fan, if I know a lot of people like the original card series and some of the comics, but feel that the movie was too watered down, not gory enough, this and that. I happen to personally love the movie. It was my first exposure to Mars Attacks, but I can understand people's complaints. But if you like the movie, you'll probably like the cards. If you don't like the movie, you probably won't like the cards. That being said, these cards are rather interesting. This is the first card here. It's just the introduction card. And you can tell it's a rather tall card. It's one of the few cards in the set done in this perspective. Most of them go horizontal. But these cards, as you can see, were done in Topps wide vision. And so these are wide cards. They're long. If you get a pack of these or a set, you will need to get some special card sleeves or pages to hold them. But that aside, the cards are actually pretty good. There's a lot of homages to the original 62 card set. For example, the very first card being an early scene in the movie, Burning Cattle, is the card title comes directly from one of the cards in the original 1962 set. You can also see they used the same font for the letters, and the same UFO with a number inside. Also on the back of each card, you get C card number 3 or 4 as it goes on, so a little preview of what the next card in the set is, just like the original card series. Also on the back of each card is a secondary little picture, often a behind the scenes. Here's a storyboard for the burning cattle sequence, and of course a description of what's going on the front of the card. We haven't got time to go through all that. We're mostly going to be looking at the front pictures here. That being said, we move right along to card number 3, Unearthly Visage. As you can tell, if you've seen the movie, the picture on this card is out of place. See the little tear coming out of the Martian's eye? This scene comes from much later in the movie, but they wanted to pass this off as if it was, the Martian's first contact with Earth. So there's Unearthly Visage, assuming I'm pronouncing that right. Card number 4, First Contact Calamity. And when I ordered this set, I was a little worried that the first dozen or so were going to be rather boring, just shots of actors, so-and-so plays so-and-so, that kind of thing. You see it all the time in card sets based off of movies. But they got straight to the action, and I commend them for that. Card number 5, Blasted by the Aliens. Don't really see many aliens in this scene, but you see Jack Black, who's not going to survive very many more cards. Here's some aliens. Card number 6, A Message from Earth. So see one alien sitting there by his little light bulb machine. He's receiving the message. He's going to pass it on to his leader. Card 7, Within the Control Room. Alright, interior shot of the spaceship. Card 8, Discussing the Message. Alright, card 9, and here I'll get into a little bit one of my problems with this card set. Card 9, a mag for men and Martians. Alright, now if you remember from the movie, the Martian leader does spend some time perusing a issue of Playboy. It's like a minor, almost throwaway gag in the film. Yet, the card series dedicates 2 cards to the Martian looking at the Playboy magazine. It also has 2 cards dedicated to the death of the president's dog, and a whopping 7 cards depicting Martians sneaking up on Grandma towards the end of the film. That becomes a problem only because of how much they left out of the card series. The famous image of Sarah Jessica Parker with her head swapped with her chihuahuas, not in the card series. The giant robots that were so faithfully recreated from the original cards and put into the movie, not in the card series. A lot gets trimmed, a lot gets left out, and yet they have room for things that just didn't need repeating. Oh well. Be that as it may, card number 10, a message from the president. And some of the cards, the pictures are a little bit smaller, and they fill it in with this great little 50s style drawing of a man and his girl getting blasted by Martians, and she's getting skeletal eyes. It's a great little picture. They reuse it a lot. I rather wish they had come up with some new pictures, some alternate imagery, but whatever. Card 11, Lure of the Girly Mag. No, I swear, he's reading it for the articles. Card 12, Scoffing at Earth's Plea. And if you're a fan of the movie, as I am, you probably were laughing your head off like this at several points throughout as well. Card 13, Beast and the Beauty. This will be the only time in my life that I refer to Sarah Jessica Parker as a beauty, but this card is clearly an homage to a card of the same name in the original card set. Again, the cards don't show her eventual fate, which is rather sad. The Leader's Plan, card number 14. Good shot of the Martian leader. Card 15, Examining Human Artifacts. Card 16 is a visit to Capitol Hill, and the cards detailing the attack on Congress take a good chunk of card space as well. The Martian Ambassador Speaks, card 17. What does he say? I'm not entirely sure. I suspect it went something along the lines of ack, 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 ack. I'd have to rewatch the film to be sure. Card 18, the Martian Ambassador Fires. Alright, it's taken us 19 cards, but we finally have some burnt humans here, some victims of the Martian death ray, blasted into oblivion. Doesn't have quite the same impact as classic imagery like, burning flesh from the original card set. That's one complaint about the movie, is some people feel it was too tame. I personally think a more violent film wouldn't have fit with the aesthetic of the Martians. You'd have to change their look to fit that, and I'd rather have it the way that we eventually got it, but that might be me. Card 20, the Martians kill Congress, which of course Grandma finds hilarious. Victims of the Death Ray, card number 21. And again, it might be just me, but these victims here almost look like they're enjoying being turned to skeletons. Maybe the Martians had it set on deadly tickle. Card 22, Congressional Massacre. Oh well, we still have 2 out of 3 houses of government working for us, and that ain't bad. Card 23, Jerry gets the point. See? Because it's a boob, and it's pointing at him. Get it? Card 24, keeping an eye on Jerry. Card 25, A Martian in Disguise. The Martian Spy Girl, one of the few elements in the film that really has Tim Burton's personal stamp on it. It's one of the less Tim Burton-y of the Tim Burton films, but the swirly patterns going across her dress and everything is very much Tim Burton. Also, side note, this character I always thought was introduced for the movie, but it turns out that she also appeared 2 years earlier in the Topps comic book series. I knew she wasn't in the original trading card set, but the assassin revealed. Here she is without her mask. And on the back there is a great storyboard of her getting cheesed off and firing. Oh, the look on her face on the bottom panel. And we will wrap it up today with card number 27, Mission Fry the First Family. Alright, so that's been the first 27 out of 72 Mars Attacks widescreen movie trading cards. If this sort of thing interests you at all, they're relatively inexpensive. I picked up the entire set for about 18 bucks. That was including shipping. I found it on eBay. And so if you'd like your own set, it's relatively easy to dig up. Well, guys, we'll continue. Cover some more next time around. Until then, this has been the Starving Martian. Have a good one, guys, and remember to watch the skies.